Hello and welcome back to Bits and Bobs. We have here once again the magic box containing all my coin purchases of this week. I'm going to be opening up the box and showing you all the coins I've purchased this week. We'll move to the side there so we don't give you too much of a spoiler. And we'll start with the first one, which is right here. So we'll zoom in. I'll get it out of the thingy. I bought this coin from eBay for a few pounds. I forget the exact price. I apologise, but it was, £2, £3, something like that. And it is an 1876 halfpenny. Very nice coin. And as we can see, it has a H mint mark, as they all do, I believe. Minted all that year at the Heat and Metal Works in Birmingham. So it's quite a worn coin. I'm not going to stand here and pretend that it's, the best coin ever. However, 1876 is a new date for my halfpenny date run. This fills in a gap for a few pounds, and as with my entire coin collection, halfpennies included, upgrades will always be sought after, but a very nice decent coin to hold that place for now. Let's next get into some silver. You knew we had to. There we go. So here we can do a mini silver shilling coin hunt. I'll grab them out. Here we are. So these are all 50% silver shillings, and were all purchased by myself for spot price plus 4%, I believe it was at the time. We have a Scottish 1937, so that's the coronation year and first year of George VI. We've got George V here. This is 1936, so his last year on coins. 1944. Again, I've been saying some key things that year, the first year of that, last year of that. This is, of course, the D-Day shilling, and look at that beautiful coin. 1942 again, another World War II era of shilling in immaculate condition. 1920 there, this being, as we all know, the first year of 50% silver. Before that they were sterling. We've got a 1937 Scottish once again. 1940 Dunkirk. 1928 George V. 1942, and sometimes I've got to say, these coins have they always have high relief if they're not worn. They're very deeply struck coins, but also when the dirt, so not the dirt, but sort of the dark black gets behind the design and really sort of brings out the strike, that's a beautiful effect. A bit of darkening to the fields really brings out that wonderful design. We've got 1927 there. George VI, 1942 Scottish. The Scottish ones were introduced for George VI's reign, so before that they were just the one design. 1934 there. This is a lovely, look at that. Condition is beautiful there for this 1933. I have to say it. I wish it was a penny, although not a bad second, because look at that. You can see all the hair. That is an extremely good coin. We've got 1940 again, and this one's got loads of luster. Pretty much mint state. Beautiful stuff. George V, 1927. Bit of a dirty 1942, but still great condition. 1936, so the year of three kings. 1940 Scottish one there, and the last one is a 1945, so V-Day shilling. Quite fitting, as it has recently been 80 years. So there we go, a handful of silver shillings. I know not everyone likes 50%, some people prefer the sterling. Well, I prefer the sterling, but I think you can't go wrong. That was almost nice. For 4% over spot price, with some silver 50% shillings, who could say no? Next up is this. Now, this coin I actually bought from a sort of not acquaintance, I'll say, not quite a friend. Hopefully they're not watching and don't take that to heart. But the point is, I bought it, they just had it in their change and said, oh, hello, what's that? And they knew that I collected coins, and they said, do you want this? What is this? And I said, oh yeah, I'll have that for £1.50. A gamble I took. I didn't know if I have it yet. I have the design. I have all the designs, but now I'm going for all the dates of these round pounds. I paid £1.50, hoping I didn't have the date, which came through, and I don't have the date. 2010 Royal Shield, £1 coin there, a coin that I do not have in my collection, and so £1.50 I think is a fair price for this coin. And stay tuned. Well, actually no, we'll overlay the clip now of me pushing this into the collection. Roll the clip. So there we go. We'll stay zoomed in and we'll stay on the theme of that folder, because also going into that folder is going to be this coin. This is an error coin. As we can see, Now, I don't know if this is actually worth keeping, but I'm going to keep this one. I found a few of these. Notice the border is quite uniform on the obverse. We'll zoom in, see how far we can sort of zoom in here. But there we go. But if we look to this side, look how thick the border is over here, or the rim is over that side, and then there's basically no rim over here, so it's been off-struck. So we can see there, very slight, not, I'd imagine not very valuable at all, you know, maybe 50p for it or something like this, but I think this would be quite cool to go to my errors part of the collection. I know, I've got it for a penny, so you can't complain with the price. And yeah, just a bit of a slightly off-struck penny. What date was that? 2013. So a fairly cool thing. You know, I just sort of swatted it, just glimpsed that that side was much larger than that side. There we go, pretty cool. Now we've got a brown parcel full of more silver coins, which we'll come back to after looking at this coin, which could be a bad purchase. I didn't pay £10 for it, it's just in this flip. You might have seen that and thought, what is he on about? And that's not a bad purchase. Well, so I bought this on eBay for £8, which is a great price for a King John penny. And there it is, look at that. Absolutely wonderful condition King John penny. However, I don't think it's real. I must say, I'm not an expert, but from all the tests I've done, I don't believe it to be real. There's not much I can show you. On screen now is a picture of this coin on a set of scales, but of course it is damaged, so we can't really see what it should be, if that makes sense. But like I say, I can't convey it. Just the feel, it doesn't feel like silver. It feels like a pewtery, not silver. The sound, I don't know how well it'll work if we listen, but we can kind of well, let me get you in a close range for this. Put the microphone there. Don't know if this will work. If I just drop it onto these other silver coins, listen to this. This is silver onto silver, whereas this thing onto silver So like I say, I don't think it's real. It's not much. I don't know if you can tell from the looks of it, but personally I believe it not to be real, for these reasons I've said. So I don't really know what to do with this, but I'm not in it for too much. £8, you know, it's not a terrible loss, but yeah, there's a size comparison as well for a shilling. For a penny, it looks kind of the right size. It looks, I mean, I don't know, £8 purchase. What do you think? I'll stop waffling about it, but potentially I've been scammed and that is a fake. Right, I'll put this back on and we can finish off with that silver brown envelope full of silver. Here it is then. Let's see what's inside. Now, those of you who've guessed this deserve not much, because it could have been an easy guess for those regular viewers. Oh, I completely forgot about something. That's good. What a lovely surprise. Sorry about that. I was about to make fun of myself for saying, here's more 50% silver, which it is, but we've also got something quite nice. I'm going to put that to the back. We've all seen it, but we'll get there. And we can do a final little whiz through of some silver coins to finish off this video. Here we go. 1921 florin. Again, lovely condition. Once again, also spot price plus 4% was the purchase price for these coins. 1922 there. These designs are often very worn, so they are good condition, I must say. 1943 there with the crowned rose. George VI again. 1939, that same design. Got a George V one. So that's the condition they're usually in, this design. But those first two we had were very nice, I must say. That looks to be 22. 1941. 1921. And then there's the third design. We've just got one of those from 1929, George V once again. So there we go. And also, I got this. Sadly, not for 4% over spot price. I did pay 32, I believe, 32.50 for this coin, which, you know, quite a lot over silver, but 32 isn't really that bad when you see what they're selling for. This, of course, being a silver Britannia. This one from 2021, so we therefore have Queen Elizabeth II to the obverse. This is a nice 1 ounce pure fine silver 999 fine silver. Lovely, lovely coin. And yeah, just a beautiful thing. So there we go. What I'd say is a lovely array of coins purchased this week. We've got some errors, some modern coins, lots of silver, and a new coin for the date run, and possibly a bit of a fake coin there, but I'll have to find out. Do let me know your thoughts and opinions. Anyway, enough rambling from me. Comment down below your favourite purchase of the week as always. Please like and subscribe, all that good stuff, and we'll see you next time on Bits and Bobs. Bye for now.